What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt. Still, today is Wednesday, hump day, baby. July 6, 2022. Hope everyone had a great, safe 4th of July weekend. On deck for today's show. An NFL writer thinks the Lions need to trade Big V before the season starts. LL looks at how some players not on the roster are still affecting the Lions' 2022 salary cap and dead money. And Coach Jones plays 53 practice squad or cut safety edition. But before we get into all that, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. I know he had plates aplenty this weekend because the ladies love him. My man, LL Cool. Tell us something, my guy.
What's up, Prowl Nation, and good morning.
Man, and we had some big news, boxing news over the weekend. I know he was tracking him because he's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. It's the defensive coaching extraordinaire. You know, he coached that D-line. It's my man, who?
It's the Wolverine Coach Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Hey, let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby. Welcome to Detroit. Welcome back, fans. And Curt's still gonna kick it off today, man. What you got for him, Curt?
All right, man, this main course topic must be important. 3 different websites that cover the Detroit Lions: Sideline Report, Lions Fan Nation, and Heavy on Lions all did short articles about a bigger piece written by Brent Sobleski, a Bleacher Report, about one player from each team should look at trading before the season starts. And Big V was that one individual. He said the Lions should move before the start of the season, citing that it will be a $7 million cap savings for the Lions. He also said that, now I don't know where the hell he got this crap from, that Big V was the weakest link on the offensive line. Now,
No.
let's kind of backtrack, because there was also another report this weekend that the Lions have the most expensive offense in the NFL. Well,
No.
that's based on a cap hit, not actual salary. And Jared Goff, Big V, Frank Ragnow, and Taylor Decker, they all make up the bulk of that cap hit money for the Lions this season. It's not about salary, it's about cap hit. So that's why they're saying that the Lions are the most expensive offense. And you know, the biggest cap hit is like $31 million. That's just on Jared Goff alone. All right. So here is the big picture that Mr. Sobleski mentioned. Excuse me. He didn't mention that Big V had his best season in a Lions uniform last season after being kicked inside to play right guard. Now, we know that big salary he got coming over from the Eagles was to play right tackle, but that wasn't his ministry. And how they say it, and his ministry was playing right guard. The dude held his own, right? The dude played right guard all season long at a high level. Now, even with the time that Penei Sewell spent at left tackle and Matt Nelson played right tackle, he had one holding penalty the entire season and did not allow a sack the entire season. He played on a restructured deal. Dude played lights out and was a big part of the success of rookie right tackle Penei Sewell last year. He mentored him on that offensive line, and they'll anchored that right side of the offensive line. If you notice, most of the season, what did the Lions run? To the right side of the offensive line. Why? Because you had Big V and Penei Sewell out there road grading people on the outside of that right side of the offensive line. Now, Decker was out there with injury, so you had a little time, but when Penei Sewell went over to the right side, he was over there with Big V, and those two guys played lights out. So here's my advice for Mr. Sobleski and all those writers who don't know or visit the Motor City to get their facts straight about a story. Mind your damn business and kick rocks, man. Big V is playing his best ball, and he should remain, for the time being, in the Honolulu blue and silver. Now, he did mention that oh, they got Evan Brown. They can just kick him over to right guard. He was a big backup and he played 12 games for Frank Ragnow last year, but it's not the same, man. You know how hard it is to get an offensive line to gel. Now, Hank Freddie has done his good job of making sure when injuries happen, they move guys in and those guys are playing at a high level at all times. But why would you move Big V? I understand the salary cap thing, but he's restructured his deal. And that dude, he's playing his best ball right now for the Lions. So I'm not getting the reason why people think we should trade Big V. What do you guys got about this?
I think that's just them picking somebody. They're just trying to pick somebody who make a good, decent salary and trying to figure out where they can let them go. And they got like pieces to replace them. That's all that is. Because if you got any common sense in your mind and that little dome of yours and that little peanut, man, Big V is it, man. Like, I mean, he's not like the extraordinaire, but that cohesiveness, we ain't even had that O-line together all last year. We haven't had that whole thing together, and that unit is scary. And I'm trying to see what that unit be like. Why would we trade Big V before we even display the offensive line? You know what I'm saying? They ain't played together. I don't think they all played together one game last year. I might be mistaken. Maybe they played one together or two, but they haven't been playing together, and they were still good. They were still dominant. So I need to see that, man, and no, we ain't trading Big B, man. That's Panay's Polynesian brother, man. Come on, man, stop. Come on, cut that out.
Yeah, Uncle Big B.
You guys have all of the good reasons, so I just agree with a couple of them. Like Coach Mike just said, we ain't even got to see this thing yet. So why is we trying to get rid of people? Big B already took a pay cut. Why are we trading him? Like, to save more money? Like, he obviously, at least in the time being, wants to be here enough to take a pay cut to stick around. His value is much more beyond just even the right guard position. He can play right tackle, and he's, like Curt said, mentoring our right tackle. So, no, this is foolishness in its highest regard. Man, y'all leave us alone. Maybe however many years down the line when people not performing or it's just not looking the same, but find somebody else to pick on. And one more thing, I think they say this because I like to say that they hate the Lions. They just saying this to weaken our line. They want us to trade them so we can be the same old Lions, and then next year or halfway through the season they can say, should the Lions have traded Big V? Same old Lions,
Yeah,
so, all that type of thing.
And one of the teams, I guess they said we should look at trading them to would be Cincinnati or somebody that made tons of offensive line moves. They made tons of offensive line moves in the offseason. So I'm like, why would we trade them? Why they won't even need a Big V out there in Cincinnati? They made big moves on their offensive line already. Man, like I said, man, hey man, what I'm saying, Mr. Sobleski, you know what I'm saying? If you see me in the street, don't say nothing, man. I ain't trying to hear that crap, brother. All right, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. If you like the video, comment on the video, share the video, like the video, get this thing out to more Lions fans just like yourself. If you haven't done so already, what you waiting for, man? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, man. We on that march to 4K. So get on this bus, Gus. Get on this train, Wayne. Get on this ride, Clyde, and go ahead and join us on the march to 4K. Family discussion topic for today is, should the Lions trade Big V? I'm going to give you my big emphatic answer right now. You know how we play that game, hell yeah or hell nah. Hell no, we should not trade Big V. I'm going to tell you straight up, that's just how I feel about that thing. All right, man. Now, my man LL, he been trying to talk about this thing for a hot second minute. We've been trying to get this topic on the show for a hot second, man. But before we get into all that, man, y'all know I got to bring them in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is the ladies' pet, that man's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. That big time player from the Himalayas is my man LL Cool Tones. Go ahead and break the people off with your news and rumors topic for today.
Thank you for that illustrious intro, Curt. And yeah, we talked about the salary cap room a couple weeks ago, and I was going to follow up with this article. And it comes from Lions Wire at usatoday.com. And the information comes from Jeff Risdon. I'm just going to read a little bit. It just says the Lions currently have just 4 players who are no longer on the roster who remain on the salary cap ledger for the coming season. The dead cap figure is just over $20.3 million, and it ranks 15th in the league. Another significant improvement in the second season of GM Brad Holmes running the show. Another big shout out to our guy, Brad Holmes. But the players that we are still paying are, number one, and the highest paid guys who's not here is Edge Trey Flowers. We'll be paying him $12,112,376. Next up is linebacker Jamie Collins, another former Patriot. Currently, we'll be paying him $6,333,334. Third, I was gonna say rest in peace. My sincerest apologies, not rest in peace, but get well soon. Much love and respect, or much respect to wide receiver Terrell Williams. We got the injury, big bad injury last year, but we'll be still paying him $1 million. I think that's just for like the injury rules or whatever it is, right, Curt? Or if you have to know about that.
I believe so. I believe we signed a contract, and I think that was the a guaranteed money he had left on his contract. So that's why he should be getting the rest, another $1 million this year.
And last but not least, current Patriot, I believe, but linebacker Jelani Tavai, will be paying him $758,449. So overall, it's not really that much, and we'll be looking much better next year. Much success to those guys in other places. You're just not here. You'll be making a couple more dollars. And shout out to Bobby Bonilla. I believe July 1st is Bobby Bonilla Day. So,
yeah, it is, man. Got that chain, boy. His agent was hard as hell.
one of the better deals in all of sports history, at least as far as the story around it. But though that is our dead cap, or what we'd be spending on the dead cap for the 2022 season. If you guys have any, share your thoughts on it.
All right, man. So, man, these players on these lists, man, we're taking up some dead space and didn't fit the direction that Dan Campbell and company for the direction of the team, except for Williams, because he was a speedy outside guy, but he may not ever play football again because of that TBI. Tavai was way too slow to play in Aaron Glenn's scheme. I think I said the same thing for Trey Flowers. He just didn't fit. And Jamie, Mr. Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Uncle Timmy, Tim Hortons, coffee man on the field. Man, just didn't have the personality to play for MCDC, man. He took out plays and he just wasn't interested on the field at times. So I think Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell made the right decision by moving on from these players, man, even if it meant we would have a little bit of cap issues. We had more of it last year, but being in the middle of the pack this year, having some dead cap issues at the start of building a team isn't really a big issue, because you're going to be moving pieces anyway. So hat off to those guys, man, because those guys, to be honest with you, they were overpaid. Some of those guys, especially with like Jamie Collins and some of the other, they were well overpriced on this team coming in to getting good starter money, and they were backups at best. So but to all these guys except for Tyrell Williams, man, do what you do. Hey, Tyrell, if you see me in the street, you can say what up, though. So what you got, Coach Jones?
Man, it ain't too bad when you think about the dead money and the changeovers. We kind of like on par with what you usually have when you have that changeover. But it just annoyed the hell out of me that Trey Flowers paid all that money, man. He can't get to the passer. I just don't like that term. He's a balanced D. And look, can you get to the quarterback or not, bro? That's what it is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You play in that position where you got to put pressure on a quarterback. You ain't here to play the run. You ain't no 3-tech. You know what I'm saying? Like you here to funnel everything back in and not look through the escape pocket. We overpaid Trey Flowers, and I just don't. Yeah, man. Jamie Collins is the one that kind of hurt me though. That hurt a little bit right here. Because I thought Jamie Collins was really going to come out here and do something. Jamie Collins showed that he just Jamie Collins from Cleveland Browns. Like, if my daddy Bill ain't around, then I'm going to mess up. So,
Stone Cold chilling.
Yeah, man. But other than that, man, it's regular, man. I'm just mad we overpaid them Patriot players, man, and but that's because of Fatty Patty and his boy. So it is what it is. They gone, man. So
Man, I knew we was in trouble with Jamie Collins when he got thrown out the first play of the game. His first game with Detroit, he got thrown out the first play.
Yeah, but somebody.
Like, how in the hell did you get? Go ahead.
He would have did that.
I think, but I will least miss Trey Flowers probably, and that's just because of that deal. I hated him ever since we signed him. But and that's another reason why that those articles about Big B really don't hold much weight or validity, because we're not even in no bad cap situation. Like, we got cap room. Our dead cap is manageable, and next year is going to be even better. And he already took a pay cut, so why in the hell is we trying to get rid of him? But all of that is good fun and salary cap talk. Of course, if you guys like this content, go ahead and toss us a like, please. Leave us a comment. We'll pick them and read them on the next show. Join the conversation. And I know how y'all are. I've listened to podcasts, listen to sports shows all the time, and I talk back. So if you're talking back, talk to us in the comments. Just let us know a couple of your thoughts. We may agree or we may disagree. However it goes, it'll be a cause for conversation. Go ahead and join us. Join the Prowl. Help us get to 4K, and stick around to see what Mike Jones has to say. I didn't try to lie either.
But we got to pay them bills, man. Hey, if you're going to get yourself some Lions gear, man, sales are going on all off season, man. I got my gear, I got the hat, got t-shirt, cups, all that stuff, man. I got a Fanatics in this room right here in my studio. So go ahead to fanatics.com, man, and go ahead, get yourself some gear. Click the link in the description below, and a portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content right here on this channel. If you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, go on over to lionsontheprowlshop.com. If you want to get yourself some Lions Nation Unite gear who help us bring you this content, go on over to lnushop.com. Man, speaking of LNU, if you ain't on that app, what in the hell are you waiting for, man? Go on over to your Google, Android, or Apple App Store and download the application. If you want to go on your web browser, just put in lionsnationunite.com, hang out with the crew, all your favorite Lions content creators over there, super fans, everyday fans, worldwide fans. Go on over and hang out. It's the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Jason Hansen was on the channel the other day, kicking it, hanging out with the crew. So go on over there and check it out, man, at Lions Nation Unite. So now it's time. Let's get ready to rumble. It is time for my man, who?
Y'all know it's the Wolf Lion in the house. So let's play this 53-man practice squad or cut, man. We're gonna play with the safeties this time, man. We got 3 safeties up that are all on the fringe, and so let's go on and get to it, man. First up, Mr. Juju Hughes, 53-man squad. You gonna make a practice squad, or we gonna cut that boy? Come on, what y'all got?
All right, Juju Hughes. I think he makes the squad, 53-man squad, and the reason being is that he has a history with Brad Holmes and he has a history with R.B. Pleasant. So I think he ends up making the roster. Does he have a big role in the roster? That's to be determined, but he has a history, and he got R.B. Pleasant got the best of him out there in LA. So I'm going to say 53-man roster for drum man Juju Hughes.
I thought you was going to be real funny and say Juju Who's, because I don't know who that is. And I was going to play into that and say, oh, he out of here. But since that, those tasty morsels that you just gave us, I won't say he's out of here. I'll say he'll at least stick around on the practice squad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm real on the fence about him, man. I just don't know. For the sake of what we're doing, man, I just say, dang, man. I say he make a 53-man squad. Yeah, man. I got to, man. Just cause of the points that Curt made, I got to. Mm-hmm. Next up on the list is one Mr. Brady Breeze. 3-man roster, practice squad. Are we cutting that boy, man? What's good?
I think Brady Breeze came into the Lions last year as an emergency kind of guy. We were so, we were depleted with injury. Mr. Brady Breeze, man, you ain't do bad. but I'm gonna have to holler at you. I don't think he makes he gets cut, man. I think he gets cut. I just don't, out there he was Oregon teammate with Penei Sewell and all that noise, but yeah, man. It ain't a bad thing. I just don't think he fits, you know what I'm saying? Because for what he is, we already have a guy who plays his role. And that's probably the next guy we go take out. What you got, LL?
Well, kind of. I'm not familiar. So, what type of safety is he? He's a more in the box safety, or he's the cover safety?
He's like a special team. A special teamer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say for his ability to play special teams and the fact that he was here in emergency situations last year, I'm gonna say we probably keep him around for emergency situations this year, and he can make the practice squad.
Okay.
He gonna be cut. And look, and the only reason why I say he gonna get cut is because we got Iffy. Iffy is like our slot corner 2 safety 4. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like where Iffy fitting in right now. And I would put Iffy on the field as our 4th safety before I put in Brady Breeze. So
hell yeah.
That's what yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. But let's get this last dude out the way, man. I'm gonna start off with this dude right here, and it's CJ Moore. CJ Moore, the special team fanatic. He that boy loves his special teams, don't he? Man, you know what? I'm gonna say practice squad. Because I just don't see us keeping 5 safeties or more, because you got Iffy. I think Iffy is going to be that safety 4. I think we got Tracy Walker, we got Elliott, we got Joseph, and then I think Iffy going to be number 4, and then I think Juju can be number 5. So I just don't see the room on there for another safety. So I practice squad. I don't know what y'all think.
CJ Moore is the modern day Don Carey. When Don Carey was that gunner, he was that special teams CJ Moore is gonna make the squad just for his passion to play special teams, man. Sometimes you gotta have a guy who wants to do the dirty work, and that's his role. He wants to do the dirty work. He wants to play special teams. And that dude, he's a good special teamer. So, yeah, I got to say CJ Moore makes the 53-man roster. I think we carry that extra one. And you look at it, because you still have your boy listed as a safety, even though I think he's going to be more of a corner this year. I would say cut him before I would cut CJ Moore.
No.
Yeah. I cut Will Harris before
no.
Yeah, I cut Will Harris before I cut him. What you got, LL?
Will Harris should have been our one player to trade, but maybe it's got to be somebody who will want him. So maybe that's why they said Big B. But CJ Moore, man, yeah, he's making a practice squad. I'm sorry, he's making the 53, man. He's our, he's one of our better special teamers.
He's the modern day Don Carey. Remember, that was what Don Carey did. You wouldn't go count on Don Carey to go out there and play corners play snaps at corner. Here, what's he gonna do? He's gonna be a gunner, and he was gonna play special teams, and that's the role that CJ Moore has. I just think that, and he has that grit, you know what I'm saying, to play special teams.
And we lost one of our other. I don't even think he was here that long, but Jalen Reeves-Maven. Like, we ended up losing him. He was one of our very best special teamers last year, and even stepped in, for some starting time. So, like I said, 53-man roster for CJ Moore.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I feel y'all, man. I just didn't have a place for him, man. So yeah. Hey,
you got a place for Will Harris.
Oh yeah. No, leave Will alone, man. We'll make it fine, man. Leave Willie alone. All right, man. But if y'all like this content, subscribe to the channel, like the video, do all of that, man. Share it with your friends. Go on, have like a little watch party. Get all your friends together, talking your individual laptops. That way we can get more views. You know what I mean? But click that subscribe button, man. Help us out. You know what it is. What's up next, Curt?
Y'all know what we do at this time, man. Now it's time to do my favorite segment of the show, because we get to hear from you, the viewers right here on the channel. You know, we got to talk to our Proud Nation family. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, from our last show we did last week, we got tornadoes in the building. It seems that injuries to past and current draft picks should heal altogether this season, making it a season for great possibilities. Well, I like that first comment. All right, so you're doing great shows, and look forward to daily shows as we get closer to full team practices. We enjoy you here in Utah. Well, thank you very much there, Tornado, and Tornadoes on that wall of fame, man. We appreciate that. Yeah, man, I hope all those things come to fruition, that we get all those players back from injury and we can have a good solid season, well, at full strength.
I would like to formally apologize to Tornado. I've never said anything bad about him personally, but I normally speak very bad about things and people from Utah. I hate Utah. I hate the Utah Jazz. I hate everything from Utah. Just because I like to talk shit, but I apologize to you, Tornado.
My thing with Utah, man, give New Orleans their name back. Ain't nothing jazzy in Utah. I don't know what y'all call the Utah team out there, but give the Utah.
Ain't no jazz.
Give the New Orleans team their name back. That's all I'm saying.
I tell you what, I don't want to listen to no jazz from no Utah. But Feardom says the Lions were a 6 or 7 win team last year that managed to be first. They managed to be the first team in league history to lose more than one game to last-second walk-off field goals in the same season. Improvement would be 9 wins or more. A 6-win season would represent no improvement. I disagree, Feardom. If we actually were able to flip a few of them, well, I agree and disagree. Let me say that part. But if we win 6 or 7 or 8 of those, that means we improved enough to flip those L's into W's. Whatever it took at the end of games, we know a little bit better now. We can avoid some of the mistakes or avoid some of the whatevers in the hells. Better clock management, whatever it is. If we were to flip it over, I feel like it's improvement either way. But thanks for the comment,
man.
Chris.
6 is greater than 3. That's all I'm saying about that.
Damn, he one of the people who got Dan Campbell on hot seat. He helped him right there.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Word says DC isn't going anywhere. I think he has until at least year 4 before he's on the hot seat. He's already has this team going in the complete opposite direction. It's only been a year, and looks like DC, Holmes, and Sheila have a good relationship. So I think that will buy him time. In my opinion, he'll end up with a new contract before he's hot.
Okay.
Before he's on the hot, probably seat.
Yeah, hot seat.
You know what? Yeah, man. But people don't realize that Dan Campbell got hired before Brad Holmes. So, you know, people don't take that into account. You know, but I think they're a package deal. But yeah, man. Dan Campbell, I think Dan Campbell. So he is safe for at least 3 years. I say 3 years. And then after in the next season, I think you really do evaluation and see where he's at and where he has his roster.
All right, the Dr. Detroit says, I am really sad about the clickbait title. It's really ridiculous. Okay, Dr. Detroit. I have to say this because I had to say this to someone else in the comments. Didn't make the show, but all right. I felt the exact same way. So what's that? Misery Loves Company. When I saw that title on Michigan Live, I was like, what the hell are they talking about? So I had to share the wealth or the misery with that. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes Misery Love Company, but it did spark a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and what the hell are they thinking about out there in Vegas? So, but we know the real deal in Detroit. Stan is not on the bubble. I agree with you whatsoever. Now, after this season, yes, okay. The seat gets warm if he does not get 6 wins. Other than it's a slow news day. Okay. Yeah. Get it. We get it. It is, you know, we're in the off season right now. We're in the really off season, the summertime. So it really gets a little slow right about now. All right. So Sheila would not get all soft and cuddly like fans do with Campbell online. Yeah, we already said don't test Sheila gangster. We already said it. If she does not see the progress, she will upgrade and move on, no doubt. I agree with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? Much as she loves DC, she will not hesitate to pull up on him and let him smell her perfume. What somebody say last week? Smell that white diamonds.
I bet she wear white diamonds. But Galloping Lake said, if the Lions this season only win 4 games or less, I can see Brad Holmes letting Campbell go. Remember, Campbell does not have a winning background to justify giving him more years. Not in the NFL, college, high school, or Pee Wee level. Honestly, it sounds like a lot of y'all don't. It sounds like a lot of y'all don't like.
Boy, we got some hot takes right now, boy. Them boy, hey, they bringing the fire, the heat.
I just want to say this. Find another team, dog. Like, shut up. Shut up talking about my team like this. Like, y'all sound like the Lakers fans when Brown got here. They need to do this. They got to find a new coach. They need to find a new point guard. They need to find a new blah, blah. Let it go how it's going. Let it build. I like the idea of at least not until next year.
Well, with that being said, teams that have winning traditions don't keep changing coaches. Look at the Steelers. They've had 3 coaches. Like in forever. 3 coaches in forever.
Now, one thing about the Steelers is Tomlin still ain't had a losing season. So I think it's a little bit, I get what you're saying. But you at least got to let them.
You have to give especially when the situation that Dan Campbell took over, where the roster was stripped to bare bones, you had a jackass of a coach ahead of him. You have to let him give him more time. You just can't throw it together. And it'd be like that. I mean, even the guy that's down there in Cincinnati, he didn't take over a situation that was, of course they had losing seasons, but they had a lot of injuries out there in Cincinnati, but it wasn't the same as far as the toxic type of environment, because you had Marvin Lewis was there forever, before they fired him. Look how long he was in Cincinnati. He had winning seasons and everything. He didn't have the playoff success, but they had a tradition of, at least having some winning seasons there under him. So yeah, you just can't just keep changing coaches every 3 years and expect, 2 or 3 years and expect some success. It didn't work like that.
Yeah, this is cutthroat city over here. Dan Spano says, I know nothing about the betting odds, but I can tell that crack and acid are making a comeback in Vegas area. Yeah. Oh yeah,
not crack and acid.
Yeah, that's 6.5 wins, man. That's good for me. We want to put money on it. Put money on the season. That's good. That's good odds for me. I ain't really mad about it. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, but that whole thing about him being on both lists. I don't understand how you could be on the top 5 for coach of the year and top 5 to get fired. Just don't understand the betting odds out there in Vegas. I get you, Dan. I don't get with that.
Foolishness, I tell you. I tell you. But thank you guys for those comments. Of course, leave those comments throughout the show, either for the family discussion topic or just joining the conversation. We'll pick 6 of them to be read on the next show. But sliding from Curt's favorite segment to Curt's segment and everybody else's favorite segment, that is the Dessert with your man Curt. What do you have for us today?
All right, Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Visit her page over there on Facebook, links in the description below. If you don't do the Facebook thing, just put in Delightful Bites 18 over on TikTok or Instagram, man, and you will see that beautiful, beautiful dessert footage over there on those sites. Man, it's just great desserts over there. So go over there and check it out. Delightful Bites, like I always tell you, get your cooking on. All right, we want to welcome into the Detroit Lions media coverage to Colton Pouncey. All right, who was that? Colton Pouncey used to cover Michigan State for The Athletic. However, he is now taking over for Chris Burke at The Athletic, who's moving over to take over their NFL draft department. So Colton Pouncey is taking over the coverage of the Detroit Lions for The Athletic, man. Go over there and check it out. They have some great content at The Athletic. You can download the app. Right now, they're having specials on their subscriptions. You get good content over there. Chris Burke did a wonderful job of covering them, but we welcome Colton Pouncey to the coverage of the Detroit Lions, coming over from the Michigan State beat over The Athletic. So, Colton Pouncey, welcome to the team, man. We appreciate you, brother, man. We look forward to reading your content and maybe even featuring some of that right here on the show. And that is your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now it's time to go ahead and take that stroll on over to the Wall of Fame, baby. First up, we got my man Detroit Drew, man. I know he's having a time of his life with what Troy Weaver is doing over there with the Pistons. So go over there and check out his content over there on his YouTube channel. Detroit Drew does a great job of covering the Detroit Pistons. You got Q or David Addison, depending on the day of the week it is. You got John Kapler, Bo Gagrius, Justin, my favorite bear 10K, Bob Karowski, and Mr. Rob Business taking up our bronze members. Silver members, we got my man Nomus J, who has a Pistons content as well. You got Batman of the 313, Cap Ice Cold, Mr. Scotty the Bear, Shannon Peck, and Henry Wallace to round out our silver members. Today is the Gold members meeting, so make sure you check the community chat for the link for the Gold members meeting today. You got Mr. World Traveler himself, Mr. Reliable Michael Huck is in the building. He was just over there in Europe. You got the Tornado who left that wonderful comment in the comment cards today. Turner C. Burley, Michael Lewis, Lady Lionel of Douchebagia. What's going on, Nicole? Then you got my man North End Ken, Mr. Rough and Raw himself, and the doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it is time for final thoughts for today. Man, you know we got to kick it over to my man, that wish Rick Ross. My man, LL Cool Tony. Hold on, man. What your final thoughts for today's show is?
Final thoughts on this What Up Done Wednesday. Like always, nice, short, and sweet. Be kind. Have a great day. Beat the heat if it's hot where you at today. And find yourself some dollar conies in your area.
Right on, right on. My final thoughts for today is I know the NFL news is getting slow right now. When you get into July, it get like that, man. But hey, if you were top 5 resource article, like Luke G say, do your damn research. So you know what I'm saying? You know, it don't make no sense for 3 people to report on the same thing, man. And yeah, man. So yeah, it got to come on, man. Don't be lazy, bro. Don't be lazy, man. But,
Yeah.
You know, have a blessed Wednesday, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to say, you know, going into journalism school, I understand you have to find topics to write about, but like Coach said, you gotta do your research, man. See who else in your market or doing the same thing you're doing are writing the same articles, man. You can't. That's a faux pas on those guys. You can't be writing. Everybody can't write the same article, you know. And you have the same take on each article. I read all 3 articles, and I was like, they are all saying the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. But I mean, dig a little deeper. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But you know, shout out to those guys. I understand how hard it is to come up with news this time of the year, because it's tough, man. You got dry news right now. Nobody's in practice, nobody's doing anything right now of any type of substantial, like there's no deals being made, nothing's going on to Detroit Lions right now. All the players are signed, you know, no trades are being made. So you got to come up with something, and then you take a national pundit like somebody from Bleacher Report, and it makes news. I mean, it's something that people want to hear about, but everybody can't talk about it. Everybody can't talk about it. But on this Wednesday, man, hump day, baby, man, go ahead and just, you know, if you're having a hard time at work and you know you had the long weekend, so I know you've had at least 3 meetings that could have been emails by now. Go ahead and take a step back, take a deep breath, you know what I'm saying? Get refocused, you know, if you need to be, because being overwhelmed is harder than what people think it is, especially if you're a supervisor, you know what I'm saying? Ask the other supervisors, you know what I'm saying? Just be a sounding board for another supervisor if they need your help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because asking for help is a sign of strength and definitely not weakness, man. Like I said, man, if you're eating some dollar conies, if you're eating some Taco Bell today or whatever food, we're not sponsored Taco Bell, but if you're eating whatever you're eating, man, you need to get this napkin, man. Go ahead, wipe them crumbs off your face finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.